What's up, fam? It's Tanya Talk with Tanya J Miller LLC. You guys know we do life, we do leadership, we do it unapologetically on purpose. That means every day we are trying to help you to figure out how to fit the puzzle piece of life together so you do life right and you do it well. So we are talking this week about just looking at yourself, looking at your life, looking at your habits, looking at your routine, looking at how you do life, and seeing if there's any areas and things that you need to change before you hop in 2020. Seeing if there's anything that you need to start doing now so that you can take back life and not have life doing you, so that you can literally be living and not dying. You know what I'm saying? And so I was telling you guys about this show. I prefaced it to let you know that I am a nerd. These aren't just glasses. I'm a nerd for real. And so I watched this show, The Man in the High Castle. It just ended, the series, and this season, like, it was so much, and I was like, nugget, lesson, chew. Like, oh my God, so many messages. And so the one thing I was like, I gotta talk to y'all about was just how literally you can be doing life, and you can be doing it so much out of habit. You can be doing it just because that's what everybody else around you is doing. That's how mama and them taught you. That's how Big Mama did it. That's how Pawpaws did it. That's how G Daddy did it. That's how my big uncles did it. That's how my homies in the street did, like my sis, my sock. Like, listen. And so you just doing it because that's what you've seen. That's all you know. That's all you've experienced. That's all you've had happen. But I have to ask you, does that make sense for you now? Does that make sense for the purpose that's on your life? The assignment that you have, the call and the function and the unction that you're supposed to do. Does it make sense? Is what you doing, is how you living, is what you around and surround yourself healing you or harming you? Is it helping you or is it hindering you? Is it killing you or is it helping you to live? Like, you got to ask yourself that, because so oftentimes you don't. You just do life. You just habit, wake up, do your thing, weekend, do your thing, and on repeat. But you got to really get out of that and figure out if this whole thing that you're doing, if it makes sense and if it's for the plan for you. Because here's the thing, you have to know, right? We all have a unique, divinely assigned call to action, assignment, purpose on our life, right? And so because of that, we have to do and be everything that we're to be. We can't just be over here willy-nilly and following this person because they did it that way, and that person because they did it that way. Like, we have purpose, and our purpose has order to it. Our purpose has a strategic place and plan, and so we got to be in alignment. We're just got to be congruent. And so I had to just kind of start talking about this week as we begin to prepare for 2020. The cultivated perspective. Part of having a cultivated perspective is really making sure you seeing this thing and got a strategy and plan to know what really makes sense, what's really the real, right? And so, yeah, like, absolutely, the show showed it, the parody of it, and how people can just fall for and get caught up, and literally how things can spiral. But that's still life, right? Like, literally, you can fall for stuff. You can get caught up in stuff and not realizing that you got a full-blown addiction. Not realizing that you all the way caught up in some stuff that you ain't had no business caught up in, somewhere where you didn't have no business. Come on now. Listen, I might have been a PK, but I done been some places with some of the kinfolk that I know I should have been. Grace. But grace is good, but it can't cover everything when you continuously doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. You might have grace to have your life saved, but you might not have grace. But that might not cover the fact that you live in a horrible life. You're not getting nowhere. You have all these desires and plans and things you want to fulfill, but you still over here doing this. So how do you expect them to do that when you don't even want to change? You're killing it. You're killing yourself, right? Yeah, you are. Because it can seem far, it can seem extreme, but it really is that way sometimes. Like, it really is that way. You got to kind of see it from the whole perspective to really pinpoint into the closer lens and the closer look. So that's what we're talking about, fam, because I want to see the leader rise up in you. I want to see you be everything that you called and assigned to be. And so to do that, you're going to have to let some of that stuff go. You're going to have to let some of them bad habits go. You might have to stop fooling around with some of them same people that you've been fooling around with if they ain't trying to go where you're trying to go. I'm just saying. You can't keep doing it just because that's what you've always done. Y'all know the saying, to do something you've never done before, you have to have something you never had before, you got to do something you've never done before. It's not a saying. It's a fact. And you got to live it and be it so you can have life unapologetically on purpose. Peace, y'all.